Imagine you walk into a room and the tension is palpable. No one's talking, but you can just sense that something's off. Your heart's racing, your mind's all over the place, and you're scrambling to figure out what to say or how to behave. We've all been there, right? Too often, we walk away from those situations feeling overwhelmed, defeated, or even worse, misunderstood. But what if I told you there's a way to step into that room and totally own it? A way to stay calm when everything around you feels like it's about to explode. Figure out how to really get what's happening with the folks in that room without them even saying a thing. That's the magic of emotional intelligence. Today, we're diving into how getting good at this can totally transform your life, boost every relationship, and help you tackle every decision and challenge. Let me tell you, success isn't just about having skills or talent. It's about how well you can deal with the emotions around you. Being smart just isn't enough. You really need to be in touch with your emotions, not just your own, but also those of the people around you. Stick with me, because what I'm about to tell you will not only help you do your job better, but it'll also improve your life. Emotional intelligence is more than just knowing how you feel. It's about managing those feelings as they come up. It's about recognizing what makes you feel a certain way, how those feelings come about, and how they influence your actions. Once you can pinpoint these emotional responses, you gain a lot. Take charge of what you do instead of just reacting based on your feelings. Being self-aware is the first step to being emotionally intelligent, and without that, we can easily get swept away by our emotions. The real power comes from managing how you feel. We all go through times of anger, frustration, or sadness, but emotional intelligence helps you handle those emotions. It doesn't mean you ignore them. It means you find a way to use them that benefits you and the people around you. When you're stressed or getting criticized, staying calm helps you think things through instead of just reacting. Emotional intelligence isn't just knowing yourself. It's about sensing what's going on with others, like picking up on changes in their tone or body language. People with emotional intelligence have a strong sense of empathy, which lets them connect with others more deeply and really get what they're feeling. You need them to say something because that connection helps build trust, improves communication, and strengthens relationships. Being able to influence how others feel is a powerful skill. When you're emotionally intelligent, you can inspire and motivate people or help them chill out during stressful times. It's not about manipulation, it's about getting how emotions drive what people do. This skill is super important in leadership because your ability to positively influence others can really change the outcome of a situation. Resolving conflicts or lifting team spirits is where emotionally intelligent folks really shine. They're great at making decisions, especially when the heat is on. When you can keep your emotions in check, fear, anger, and stress don't take over, so you can think straight and consider your choices. This usually leads to better outcomes. The skill to stay calm and make smart decisions, even when things get tough, is what sets emotionally intelligent people apart in both their personal lives and at work. Emotional intelligence is all about growth. It's something you can work on and improve. It's something that can grow as you get better at self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and influencing others. This growth not only helps you succeed, but also changes how you interact with the world. When you focus on improving your emotional intelligence, you're not just learning to manage your emotions, you're learning to handle life better. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence because recognizing your emotions is the first step to mastering them. When you figure out what sets off certain feelings, whether it's feeling frustrated, excited, or sad, It's all about getting a handle on those feelings so you can deal with stuff more thoughtfully. Without being aware of your emotions, you might just act on impulse, which can lead to regrets or missed chances to grow. It's not just about noticing what you're feeling, but also understanding how those feelings impact your choices. When you get to the root of your emotions, it makes it easier to tackle life's challenges clearly, whether it's stress at work, conflict in a relationship, or personal doubts. Knowing why you feel the way you do really helps. The way you handle things gives you control over feelings that can be tough to manage. You can't control everything that happens outside, but being self-aware helps you decide how to react to those situations. That's the first part of emotional intelligence, being aware of your own feelings before things get chaotic. Emotions definitely affect what you do. Being self-aware means knowing how your mood and feelings influence your actions right then and there. It's what sets apart reacting with anger in the heat of the moment from taking a breather. When you take the time to think things through and understand where your emotions are coming from, you can better predict how they'll influence your decisions, which helps you pick a smarter way to move forward. This kind of awareness can stop you from making choices you'll look back on with regret. Plus, it lets you see patterns in how you react emotionally. Maybe you've noticed that certain situations always make you feel anxious, or that specific people really frustrate you. Spotting these patterns can help you get ready and handle your reactions more effectively. In the future, you won't be ruled by your emotions anymore. Being self-aware helps you handle tough situations with more ease and control. It's not just about your own feelings. It also shapes how others see you. When you realize how your emotions affect your actions, you start to think more about how those actions impact the people around you. This increased self-awareness lets you connect with others better and avoid pointless drama. Emotional intelligence starts with looking inside yourself, but it really helps you connect with the world around you. Being self-aware is all about growing. It's not a one-time thing you can just check off. It's an ongoing process of reflecting on yourself, learning from what you've been through, and changing your actions to match who you really want to be. The more you work on it, the smarter you get emotionally, leading to better success and stronger relationships. Emotional intelligence isn't just about knowing how you feel, it's also about managing those feelings, especially when things get tough. When life throws challenges at you, being emotionally intelligent helps you stay cool and collected, even when everything feels like it's spiraling out of control. Instead of just reacting on a whim, you take a moment to breathe, think, and decide how to respond. It's not always easy to master this kind of self-control, but it's crucial for making better choices and staying grounded. Running the show involves managing your emotions, but it doesn't mean pushing them down or ignoring them. It's all about recognizing what you're feeling and figuring out how to handle it in a positive way. Whether you're dealing with anger, frustration, or fear, emotional intelligence helps you cope in a healthy manner. In high-pressure situations, you need to know when to take a step back, evaluate what's going on, and respond clearly instead of freaking out. It's that skill to control how you react that really defines emotional maturity. Smart people know that staying cool under pressure is a game changer when it comes to tough talks, conflicts, and high-stakes situations. Instead of letting your feelings take over, you channel them into positive actions. Maybe you're in a heated argument, but rather than blowing up, you pause, listen, and think before you respond. Or, if you're up against a deadline, instead of freaking out, you break the work into smaller steps and tackle them one by one. Being able to keep your cool is key. Staying calm and clear-headed is key to emotional intelligence. When you can manage your feelings, they won't take over and stress won't cloud your judgment, which can lead to bad choices you might regret later. Emotional intelligence helps you keep your emotions in check before they spiral out of control. You become a steady presence in the chaos, able to think straight and make smart decisions, even when things get tough. This ability to regulate your emotions also has a positive effect on those around you. When people see you staying calm, it gives them confidence, whether you're in charge or just hanging out with friends. Your ability to keep it together during tough times affects how others react to you. Emotional intelligence isn't just about handling your own feelings. It's about making sure everyone around you feels calm, understood, and respected, even when things get tough. Learning to manage your emotions takes time, and the more you work on it, the better you get. The more resilient you get when dealing with stress and tough times. It's not about being perfect, but about making progress. Every time you choose to control how you react, you're building emotional strength. This ability to manage your emotions becomes a powerful tool that helps you get through life's toughest moments with grace and purpose. Being emotionally intelligent boosts your empathy by letting you really connect with what others are feeling. When you're aware of your emotions, you don't just think about yourself. You start to tune in to how others feel too. Being aware of the feelings and needs of people around you helps you understand what they're going through, even if they don't say it outright. Empathy here is less about making guesses and more about really feeling what someone else is feeling. When you can empathize, you can step into someone else's shoes and see things from their point of view. This emotional connection allows for more authentic relationships. Effective communication is key, whether you're helping someone out, sorting out a disagreement, or just chatting casually. Being empathetic lets you respond in ways that show you care about how the other person feels. It helps you listen not only to what they're saying, but also to the feelings behind their words. When you have empathy, which comes from emotional intelligence, it really strengthens your relationships. People are more likely to trust you and share their thoughts when they feel understood, whether it's in personal or professional situations. Connect on a deeper level and build stronger, more trusting relationships. It's not just about always agreeing with someone. It's about really understanding their perspective. This emotional connection makes conversations more effective and relationships tougher. Communicating with empathy helps avoid misunderstandings. A lot of conflicts come from feelings that aren't expressed, not just the words spoken. When you interact with empathy, you can pick up on the unspoken stuff and read between the lines. There are little hints that say more than words ever could, like how someone sounds, their body language, or a shift in their mood. People with emotional intelligence can pick up on when something's off or when someone needs a hand, even if they don't say it out loud. In leadership or teamwork, empathy driven by emotional intelligence is super powerful. It helps you lead with kindness, inspire others, and build a space where everyone feels appreciated and understood, not just bossing people around. When you connect with people on an emotional level, it makes you a more effective leader, because folks are more likely to follow and work with leaders who truly care about their well-being and feelings. Developing empathy through emotional intelligence is a skill that takes time to grow. The more you practice, the better you get at understanding what others are feeling. It's a never-ending learning journey, but the results are amazing. Leading with empathy doesn't just improve your relationships, it helps you create a fulfilling life. Having deeper, more meaningful connections is super important. Being able to relate to others emotionally is one of the best skills you can have, both in your personal life and at work. Emotional intelligence is key for making good decisions, especially when things get intense. When the pressure's on, and emotions run high, it's easy to lose focus and make rash choices. But people with strong emotional intelligence can understand their feelings and keep them in check. This skill helps people think more clearly and make better decisions. Staying calm under pressure is what really distinguishes emotionally intelligent folks from those who might struggle in tough situations. The real strength of emotional intelligence is its ability to balance feelings and logic when making decisions, especially when emotions run high. It's important to look at both the emotional and logical sides of things. Those who have developed their emotional intelligence can handle their feelings more effectively. People with high emotional intelligence know how to manage their feelings without letting them take over their thinking. This balanced way of thinking helps them carefully consider their options and think about how their choices might affect the bigger picture, making sure they pick paths that match their values and long-term goals. They often seek out different viewpoints before making decisions, realizing that every emotion has something to tell them about themselves and others. By being empathetic, they really listen to the feelings at play. Hearing what others think helps them make better choices. By working together, they can make decisions that take into account both the facts and the feelings involved. Staying calm when things get tense helps them solve problems more effectively. Emotionally smart people don't let fear or stress mess with their thinking. They tackle problems by breaking them down into smaller, manageable parts. Looking for solutions in a calm and collected way not only sparks creativity, but also creates a culture where team members feel comfortable sharing their ideas. When it comes to leadership, emotional intelligence can really make a difference. Leaders who show emotional intelligence tend to inspire confidence and trust within their teams. When team members see their leader making thoughtful decisions, even in tough situations, it builds a sense of security and togetherness. When there's trust, it really boosts team motivation, making everyone ready to come together and back each other up, no matter what challenges come up. Being good at reflecting on what we do is super important for making decisions, especially when it comes to emotional intelligence. After making a choice, people with emotional intelligence take a moment to think about how it turned out and how they felt during the whole thing. This kind of reflection helps them learn from what happened, which means they keep getting better at making decisions over time. By looking at their feelings and how their choices affect them, they get a better grip on handling future challenges more effectively. Basically, emotional intelligence helps people make decisions that align with their values and lead to good results, especially under pressure. It's a key ingredient for creating genuine, strong relationships, whether at home or at work. When you develop emotional awareness and empathy, you build a foundation of trust and understanding that's crucial for real connections. People naturally gravitate toward those who show emotional intelligence because it makes them feel seen, heard, and valued. This sense of belonging creates an atmosphere where genuine relationships can thrive. In personal relationships, emotional intelligence helps people handle the ups and downs of emotions with care and sensitivity, being aware of their own feelings and recognizing what others are going through. Others create a supportive vibe, whether it's providing comfort during tough times or celebrating wins. Being able to connect on an emotional level really strengthens the bonds between couples, friends, and family. Those who practice emotional intelligence often find their relationships are deeper and more resilient. In the workplace, emotional intelligence is just as important. It helps foster open communication, allowing co-workers to share their thoughts and feelings honestly. When people feel comfy sharing their thoughts and worries, it makes working together a lot more productive. This kind of openness helps create a positive work vibe where everyone feels respected and appreciated. Because of this, teams can collaborate better, leading to success for both individuals and the organization. Building real relationships also means being a bit vulnerable, which is something emotional intelligence fosters. Those who are emotionally smart get how crucial it is to share their own feelings and experiences, and they're open to doing that. Being vulnerable encourages others to open up too, making it easier to have honest conversations. These kinds of interactions build empathy and understanding, helping relationships grow as people bond over shared experiences and feelings. Trust is also super important in strong relationships, and emotional intelligence is key to building that trust. When people show they understand their own emotions, they come off as more dependable and friendly. They handle their feelings well and respond in a thoughtful way. Others help strengthen the feeling of safety in the relationship, and over time, this consistency creates a solid trust foundation. This makes it easier for people to face challenges together and lean on each other for support. Developing emotional intelligence improves conflict resolution skills, which is crucial for keeping strong relationships. Conflicts are bound to happen, but emotionally intelligent people deal with them gracefully. They tackle disagreements with empathy and an understanding of different perspectives. Finding common ground helps prevent conflicts from getting worse. Instead of letting things escalate, people can have constructive conversations that actually strengthen their relationships. Being able to handle conflicts well leads to healthier, more genuine connections that last. High emotional intelligence plays a big role in resolving issues effectively because it gives people the skills to understand and manage their own feelings, as well as those of others. When tensions run high, being aware of others' feelings is key. Emotional intelligence helps people stay calm and collected, which is crucial for handling disagreements in a positive way, instead of just reacting without thinking. Those with emotional intelligence know to take a breather, look at the situation, and tackle the conflict with empathy and understanding. This skill to manage emotional reactions leads to more thoughtful and productive conversations, making it easier to come up with solutions that work for everyone. Effective conflict resolution is all about that. People with high emotional intelligence really get their own feelings and can also pick up on how others are feeling. This skill helps them handle tough conversations without making things worse. For example, if they notice someone is frustrated or upset, it can change how they approach the chat, helping to calm things down and make it easier to talk openly. This results in healthier and more productive conversations for everyone involved. Feeling heard and understood is super important in teamwork, and that's where emotional intelligence really shines. When people work together, there are all kinds of personalities, opinions, and emotions at play. Those with high emotional intelligence are great at handling these dynamics, making sure everyone feels included and respected. They really listen, encourage others to speak up, and help create a sense of togetherness in the group. This builds trust and teamwork where everyone can thrive. When people feel appreciated, they're more likely to give their best in a team. Having emotional intelligence in teamwork boosts the group's ability to tackle challenges. Teams often deal with stress from tight deadlines or disagreements about a project's direction. Individuals with high emotional intelligence can help resolve conflicts, keeping everyone focused on solutions instead of personal issues. By encouraging clear and empathetic communication, they minimize misunderstandings. Encourage teamwork to keep everyone focused on shared goals. Emotional intelligence is super important for boosting team spirit. Teams that are emotionally smart usually have stronger connections because members feel understood and connected. This helps create a positive vibe where people are more likely to put in extra effort for each other. When team members feel emotionally safe, they're more open to taking risks and sharing creative ideas. Let's help each other out when things get tough. Having that emotional support is super important for keeping our motivation and spirits up, especially during challenging projects. Emotional intelligence is all about building good vibes in our relationships and teams. It's what helps us understand different perspectives and feelings, promotes respect, and makes sure we're all on the same page with our goals. Whether in our personal lives or at work, being emotionally intelligent helps us sort out conflicts better. By working together better and more effectively, we can create stronger, more unified teams and achieve greater success. Emotional intelligence isn't something you're just born with. It's a skill you can build over time if you're willing to put in the effort. A lot of people think that emotional intelligence is only for a lucky few, but the truth is, everyone has the ability to boost their emotional awareness and self-regulation. Once you realize it can be developed, you can start making progress. Taking proactive steps to boost emotional intelligence can really improve relationships and overall well-being. The journey to getting better at emotional intelligence starts with self-awareness. First, you need to recognize and understand your own emotions. This means taking time to reflect on how you feel and what triggers those feelings. By journaling or practicing mindfulness, you can get a better grip on your emotional patterns. The more you understand how your emotions affect your behavior, the better off you'll be. The more you get the hang of handling your emotions and different situations, the better you set yourself up for emotional growth and stronger connections with people. Learning to manage your feelings is key to building emotional intelligence. It takes putting some strategies into action that help you control how you react, especially when things get tough. Techniques like taking deep breaths, pausing before you respond, and turning negative thoughts around can really help. By using these methods, people can handle situations with more clarity and calmness instead of getting bogged down by their emotions. Over time, this practice helps create a more balanced emotional state and makes decision-making easier. Empathy is a key part of emotional intelligence, and you can build it up with practice. To boost empathy, people can practice active listening, really trying to understand where others are coming from without jumping in with their own opinions right away. You can boost your emotional connection with others by trying to see things from their perspective and recognizing their feelings. Getting involved in different social situations and being open to various viewpoints helps you develop empathy, which means understanding and valuing other people's experiences. Another key part of emotional intelligence is building strong relationships, and that comes from communicating honestly and effectively and being open to it. Opening up about your feelings is key to building strong connections. It lets people see the real you, and by being emotionally smart and consistent, you build trust. This creates a space where meaningful relationships can grow. In turn, these connections offer a supportive network that boosts your emotional health. You can also improve your emotional intelligence by constantly learning and asking for feedback on how you interact with others emotionally. Engaging in workshops or reading about emotional intelligence can really help you grow and improve. By staying open to learning and being ready to adapt, you can boost your emotional skills over time. This dedication to personal development makes emotional intelligence a key part of your life, leading to better relationships and a more fulfilling life. Leaders with emotional intelligence have a special knack for Great leaders inspire and motivate those around them. They know that being a good leader isn't just about telling people what to do, it's about connecting with them on a personal level and paying attention to their feelings. These leaders build a space where everyone feels appreciated and understood. This connection builds loyalty and commitment, as team members are more likely to get involved when they see that their leader truly cares about their well-being. One key part of emotionally intelligent leadership is empathy. Leaders who show empathy can really connect with how their team members feel. By taking the time to listen and acknowledge what others are going through, they build trust. When employees feel like their leaders understand their challenges and successes, they're more motivated to give their best and get on board with the leader's vision. Effective communication is essential. Emotionally intelligent leaders know how to express their thoughts and feelings in a way that motivates others. By being open and genuine, they create a culture where team members feel safe to share their ideas and concerns. This kind of open communication not only builds stronger relationships, but also encourages teamwork. When everyone feels listened to, the team can collaborate better, come up with creative solutions, and reach shared goals. People who are smart also do really well at handling conflicts. They tackle disagreements with an open mind instead of jumping to conclusions. By dealing with issues in a calm and thoughtful way, they help their teammates work through conflicts in a positive manner. This skill in mediating and guiding discussions creates a more peaceful workplace. When leaders handle conflicts well, they keep morale high and show that problems can be solved without hurting relationships, which in turn motivates their teams even more. It's all about recognizing and supporting your team. Smart leaders know how crucial it is to acknowledge their team's hard work and celebrate both big wins and small victories. By doing this, they create a positive vibe that lifts everyone's spirits and motivates them to keep pushing forward. This kind of recognition not only makes people feel valued, but also strengthens their sense of belonging to the team and its bigger goals. Plus, emotionally intelligent leaders bounce back well when faced with challenges. They show how to handle tough situations positively and keep a hopeful attitude, even when things get rough. Their way of dealing with stress and challenges inspires others to think the same way. When team members see their leaders take setbacks in stride, it encourages them to push through their own struggles. This resilience creates a strong team vibe, where everyone feels motivated to help each other and work towards success, knowing their leader believes in their shared potential. Emotional intelligence is a game changer that opens the door to more success, happiness, and fulfillment in life. As people get better at understanding and managing their emotions, they realize just how much these skills affect both their personal and professional lives. With a solid grasp of emotional intelligence, folks are more prepared to handle the ups and downs of relationships, which results in deeper connections and a greater sense of satisfaction. One of the big perks of emotional intelligence is how it impacts decision-making. People who are emotionally smart can easily recognize their feelings and understand how those emotions influence their choices. This awareness helps them make better decisions that line up with their values and goals, leading to less regret and more confidence in what they choose. This contributes to a feeling of achievement and personal satisfaction. In the workplace, emotional intelligence is super important. People who want to succeed in their careers often stand out as leaders when they have strong emotional intelligence. They're more likely to get promoted because they can communicate well, handle stress, and work well with others. Colleagues are attracted to emotionally intelligent individuals because they create a positive vibe, making teamwork both fun and productive. This teamwork boosts performance, increases productivity, and ultimately helps with career growth. Being emotionally intelligent really boosts personal happiness. People who are in tune with their feelings usually find it easier to accept themselves and bounce back from tough times. They handle stress better and tend to have a more upbeat view on life. When folks get a grip on their emotions, they're less likely to be bogged down by negativity, which makes for better mental health and overall wellness. Plus, emotional intelligence helps build stronger relationships. Building deeper connections with friends, family, and partners happens when people develop empathy and communication skills. This creates an atmosphere of trust and understanding. With these qualities, conversations become more open and honest, allowing everyone to feel safe sharing their feelings. This emotional safety helps nurture intimacy and bonding, leading to healthier and more rewarding relationships that enrich our lives. Pursuing emotional intelligence can also bring a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment when people truly understand themselves and others. By tuning into their own feelings and those of others, they can act in line with what truly matters to them. This often leads to chasing after what they're passionate about and getting involved in things that make them happy. When people create a life based on emotional smarts, they find a deeper sense of purpose that boosts their happiness, making them more resilient and fulfilled as they deal with life's challenges. As we finish this exploration of emotional intelligence, keep this in mind. It's all about understanding. Managing your emotions can really change your life. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Emotional intelligence gives you the skills to connect deeply with yourself and others, leading you to success, happiness, and fulfillment. It helps you handle life's challenges with grace and resilience, turning obstacles into opportunities. Developing emotional intelligence might not always be easy, but it's definitely worth it. Every step you take to become more emotionally aware counts. Regulation can change not just your life, but also the lives of people around you. You have the ability to inspire, lead, and create a space where others feel acknowledged and valued. So, I encourage you to take this knowledge and incorporate it into your daily routine. Practice self-awareness, develop empathy, and communicate genuinely. The relationships you form and the impact you make will spread in ways you can't even fathom. Your emotional intelligence will be your guiding light, lighting up your journey. In tough times, it's all about leaving a mark, not just through your work, but in the hearts of the people you impact. Each of you has the power to build a life filled with purpose and connections. When you raise your emotional intelligence, you elevate your whole life. So stand tall, embrace your journey, and remember, it all begins with you. Thanks for your time, and let's get out there and change the world, one emotion at a time.